In today's video, we're gonna be talking about how much money you can make by cutting out these 5 projects in less than an hour out of a single panel of wood on your CNC. Let's get right into it. And the material we're gonna be using today to cut out all 5 of these trays is Bamex. This is a material that Cutting It Close developed. It's food safe and perfect for what we're doing today. So we're gonna be using 4 different bits to cut out today's projects. The first bit we're gonna be using is the Golden Boy. This is part of the Gold Digger family of bits that we designed to cut really fast and stay sharp. Then we're gonna be following that up with a bowl and tray bit. This is just your typical bowl and tray bit. Next, we're gonna be following that up with a 1/4" point cutter. This is a kind of a unique bit. You'll see that unique application in the video. And we're gonna be following all of that up with this 1/4" down cut finisher to make everything nice and clean. So we got our material screwed down, our Golden Boy bit in, and we're gonna be using this bit to pocket out a lot of material really fast to save as much runtime as possible on this machine. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so notice as that rougher's coming in, I have it doing 2 passes at an 80% step over, and I have it actually doing a 1/4" allowance. And so if you notice right here, you have this 1/4" pocket allowance, so it's not gonna go all the way to the edge because that bowl bit is gonna come back by and clean it up. So we have our file right here, and that's what you're gonna see cutting. And notice how much it's taking off with no problem. That's why I love that Golden Boy rougher, because it is an absolute animal when cutting through wood. Man, this is starting to look really good. Next up, I gotta put that bowl bit in. It's gonna shave a little bit more off the bottom and turn these pockets into that tray form that we're looking for. So let me stick that bowl bit in and get running it, baby. Let's go. Notice how tight my step over is. I'm only doing a 10% step over, and it's going vertically with that core. So that way you have the least amount of sanding as possible whenever you take this off the CNC. And so I have that going at 300 inches a minute and 150 inches on the plunge rate with that 10% step over, and that's gonna save a ton of time. So notice it's going just a little bit deeper on the acorn right here, and it's removing those pin marks. And the reason I'm doing that is to remove any marks from that rougher. Bowl bit just finished up. Time to put in this 1/4" round over so it routers the inside and the outside edges, so I have to do as little work as possible. Let's go. So next we're coming in with this point cutter, and what this point cutter is gonna do is gonna round over these edges. And notice I did a 0.03 offset right here because I don't want that point cutter to go right on top of the line because it tends to leave a little tiny line in the wood. And so I do a little offset, and then I run a profile on the line, and it's going to then trace that line out and put the perfect round over edge. So that 1/4" point cutter bit did its job, saved me a ton of time. Now it's time to come back around, cut everything out with this 2 flute down cut bit, and finish the project. Let's go. So anything you see in this video, whether it's the materials, the digital files, or the bits, you can get it all from CIC Workshop, because I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys to make money with your CNC. So this is the digital file you'll receive. Notice it has a video version and a non-video version. One has the point cutter, one does not. And I laid out every single toolpath that I use. So if you do not have a version of VCarve Pro, this is gonna lay exactly what you need to do out so you can run this program and make some money. So now we have the finisher coming by, and I added tabs to each product. That way everything gets held in place so nothing moves whenever the final product does get cut out. And I have that finisher coming in 3 passes. It should leave a nice smooth edge on there, and all I have to do is just knock out the tabs on the backside. Notice how simple it is to start making money with this product once we take it off the CNC. It's already routed, it's already cut out. Once we cut the tabs on the backside, all it needs is a little bit of sanding and a little bit of finishing, and it's done. So you don't have to have a whole entire wood shop of equipment. You just need a CNC and a sander, and maybe sometimes a router. So let's get these tabs cut off, sand them down, oil them up, and talk about business and money and how we should sell these things. Let's go. Now that we have these all finished up, let's talk about what sales channel is going to be right for these. And I think these would do really good at market days and craft shows because it's a lightweight touch and feel product. I call it a touch and trust product because they touch it, feel it, they can easily stick it in their bag, and it's kind of a grab and go type thing. And they're going to see the quality, they're going to imagine it at their kitchen table, on their countertop during holiday events, and it's going to be a great seller. So now let's talk about pricing and profit. So as we go into pricing, I do want to reference the goal of this channel is to help you simplify, create, and succeed with your CNC and make it easy as possible for you to start making money because CNC's changed my life. I have a full-time business with it, and I want others to have that same experience. So these right here, the reason I make this and do it out of just one panel of wood is to show you don't have to have a lot of tools and a giant amount of overhead. You just need to have a CNC and be able to produce product and sell them. So this whole entire thing took about 40 minutes on the CNC. So let's just say an hour on a CNC, and took about 20 minutes of sanding. And so let's just say 30 minutes. So these 5 projects right here took about an hour and a half of total time for me to make. And I think these pies right here would sell really good for about $10 to $20. So let's say 15 a piece. I think they can get more, but let's just say 15 a piece for these 2. So you're at $30 right there. This acorn, easily you can get $20 to $30 for it. I think this is a great $25 product. And if you add some personalization to it, you can go up on that price some. I think this leaf right here is anywhere from $30 to $40, but let's say on the low end you can get $30 for it. And this pumpkin right here, I sell hand over fist every day at $40, but let's just say $35. So all 5 of these products right here can generate about $120 of revenue for you for only about an hour and a half of work. Obviously, you have to have a CNC. And so the concept is you take a $40 panel, stick it on your CNC, in an hour and a half time, you just created $80 of value that was not there before because CNC is beautiful. It helps you create. It gets that mind going. So I hope these help you. I hope you can sell these at market days and craft shows or just make them for friends and family, guys. So thank you so much for watching. And remember, if you ain't cutting it close, you ain't cutting it right.